Thanks for stopping on in for today's college football pick video plays. We head into Week 15's action. The only D1 FBS matchup on the board here is, of course, the Army-Navy matchup. If you guys are interested in getting a play against the spread for this matchup, you can get that over at stumpthespread.com. Link down in the video description. Also, be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel to continue to get all of our video plays throughout bowl season. So in this video, we're going to be focusing on the total and where we feel like the better edge is on the over-under. Right now, the total sitting at about 45 to 46 points, right about in that range. It actually opened up at 51 points, so down a bit from there, and not a huge surprise considering both of these teams are triple option squads. It can be tough to rack up a ton of points because usually you milk the clock a bit more and limit the number of total plays and possessions, which can typically lead to lower scoring results, especially in these rivalry games. Both these defenses are going to try to step up, and actually both defenses have quite a bit of experience going against a triple option attack in practice and things such as that. So both these teams are more prepared to defend successfully against the triple option than maybe what their typical opponents might be able to do. But both teams going to be going to bowl games, which is great. Army 8-3 overall, Navy 6-5. I'd say that Army's overall schedule is a little bit tougher than what Army has faced this year. Army, of course, being an independent, and Navy playing in the often undervalued AAC. But Army, no slouch. They have been dominant with their triple option attack. They are first in the nation in rushing, putting up almost 370 yards per game on the ground. However, they're passing, not basically a non-factor, about 30 yards per game through the air, but that's just a credit to how great their triple option game has been, considering that they almost never need to throw the ball. They've put themselves in great position to go on to win a lot of these games. So some of the better wins that Army has picked up this year, for instance, would be their wins against Duke, at Air Force, Temple, Eastern Michigan, with their 3 defeats coming on the road against Ohio State, at Tulane, and then in their last outing, not a great defensive performance there from Army, as they went on to lose to North Texas by a final of 49-52. On the year, the Black Knights, they rank 45th in the nation in scoring, 30th in total defense. They have a plus-minus of about +9 points, and this group, they average just over 30 points per game offensively. So the opposition here today, Navy, coming into this neutral site game, 6-5 overall on the year, but this is a team that's had a ton of competitive close losses against quality opposition. For instance, they lost by just 3 points at Memphis. They were very competitive in a home loss against UCF. More recently, lost by just a touchdown at Notre Dame, and in their last outing, losing by just 10 points at Houston. Navy has been consistently competitive throughout the regular season. QB Zach Abey has been incredible. He's thrown for about 800 yards, 7 TDs, but tremendous on the ground, over 1,300 rushing yards and 14 rushing TDs. Navy is second in the nation in rushing, putting up about 350 yards per game on the ground, but a bit more of a threat through the air than what we've seen out of Army. They're averaging about 90 yards through the air, so about 60 yards more per average than Army in terms of their pass game. Offensively, rank very similarly, averaging just over 30 points per game, just like Army, but their defense hasn't been quite as good, giving up about 29.2 points per game, but also that has to do with the consistent level of competition that Navy has gone against in comparison to Army, who occasionally has a bit more of a easier matchup. For instance, their 64-6 win against Fordham is going to have an effect on those total overall numbers. But Army, their QB, also putting up tremendous numbers this year. Ahmad Bradshaw, almost 1,500 rushing yards through 11 games, 11 TDs. And we feel like this game, a lot of it's going to come down to which quarterback is able to have success consistently moving the ball with that triple option attack. The game changer here potentially for Navy is that they have a bit more of an arsenal to pick up yardage through the air. So if both defenses are performing well and you need to throw the ball occasionally, that will side a bit more with Navy. We see this as being more of a defensive, slow-paced, grinded-out triple option, milk that clock kind of contest. And as a result, even with the total reducing from 51 points down to about 45 to 46.5, somewhere in that range, we still feel like the under is going to be the better value play here. And again, guys, if you're interested in getting our play for this one against the spread, you can get that over at stumpthespread.com. Link down in the video description. Also, be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping on in. We hope to see you guys in future videos. Bye.